My name is Ashley Bles, and I am a mass media major, comic studies minor from Fairfield Bay, Arkansas. Well, I originally went to Hendrix in Conway, and it's a fancy school, but it didn't really have what I wanted. I wanted to go into journalism, and they didn't have any kind of major for that. I had friends who were going to Henderson, so I talked to them, and we went from there, and I started looking into their mass media program and found out it was really good, and so I came here. Well, mass media is more than journalism. That's what's really neat about it. It's radio, TV, magazine, newspaper. I chose it for radio because I was working a little bit in radio at my other school, and then I really wanted to go forward with that, and I still work at the radio station here, but I found out that I like to do journalistic writing, I like to do magazine writing. I like to work behind the scenes in broadcasting stuff. It's a really good broad major for a whole bunch of interests. So comic studies can be about making comics, or it can be about studying them. Specifically, there's an emerging field of comic studies journalism, where instead of writing in just normal boring words, people draw their stories, and it's really a way to get stories across in a new way. So I'm really interested in learning about that and the impact of being able to tell a story in a different way. So we have Dr. Langley and Dr. Duncan, who are two wonderful scholars in the field, and we wouldn't have comic studies as we know it without Dr. Duncan and what he did in the 90s, starting comic studies programs. And Dr. Langley is our advisor for a club on campus called the Legion of Nerds. And we bring nerds together to share their interests, to talk about them in productive ways, to, if they have a project they have to do in school, instead of it just being something they blow off, they do it for something they like. They relate it to comic books, they relate it to something that they're interested in, so it's not just a throwaway project, and maybe they find a new passion that they can make their major work with what they love to do. And it's also just a lot of people hanging out, but we try to mentor them in making the most of their experience here. I have a lot of options. I'm actually hoping to go more into the actual comic studies field and be a scholar in that, and I'm actually going to be presenting research at San Diego Comic-Con this summer, which is an amazing opportunity through the school. But I'm also going to look into comic journalism. I'm going to look into magazine writing freelance, and if all else fails, I feel pretty confident about doing stuff in radio because I've been the program director for a couple of years, so I know how to do that too. I'm Ashley Bles, and I'm a Reddie.